So the NBA Finals are officially set in stone after last night, and we got the Phoenix Suns taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. And I want to meet the person who called this finals matchup before the season began, because if they're a betting person, they are quite wealthy right now. And if they aren't, well, they damn sure should be. Because I don't think anybody outside of the fans of those respective teams saw this coming at all. And I think it is fucking fantastic. So for a long time, the playoffs were very predictable, to say the least. You could pretty much guarantee that LeBron was gonna be there. It didn't matter what team he played for, he was going. But he's out in the first round this year. You could guarantee for quite some time that you were gonna see Steph and the Golden State Warriors in the finals. But they got bounced in the play-in tournament. Even the teams within this season that you expected to be there aren't there. The Nets, when they formed up like Voltron in the middle of the season and added James Harden to the squad, that was a shoo-in for most people. They just knew there was no way this Nets team was not going to the NBA Finals. They pretty much had it handed to them. They got bounced in the conference semis. The Sixers. The Sixers. We all know. I'm not getting into it again. We all know what happened. Benjamin Simmons is fucking ass, and we got bounced in the semis. The Jazz, the best team in basketball, bounced in the semis. The fact that the Hawks got to the Eastern Conference Finals as the 5th seed, it was just something that we have not been used to seeing. A team like that getting that close to the finals. I guess you can count the Heat from last year, but in most cases, for the last at least a decade, we kind of knew where the finals were going, right? But this year, we couldn't call it. You couldn't call it. Anybody could have won. I would not have been surprised to see any team in this postseason this year. Well, I guess well, not the Wizards. I knew they wasn't gonna, the Grizzlies, but like the teams that made it to the semis, I could have seen any of those teams making it to the finals. Either one of them. Easy. It wouldn't have surprised me one bit if either one of those teams made it all the way to the finals. And I think that's beautiful, and I think that's what we needed. There seems to be parity in the league now, where the good teams are good all around, and it's not like you have good teams and then you got those couple of great teams that are just still gonna steamroll everybody else on their way to a shot at a championship. It didn't feel like that this year. And I feel like that's what the league needed. I'm sure that NBA media probably aren't too big of a fan of it because how will they ever go on without talking about LeBron and Steph Curry and KD for 2 hours straight every day on whatever podcast or ESPN programming that they plaster their ridiculous narratives on constantly. So I'm sure that they're lying in a fetal position somewhere. But for the basketball fans, this is great. There's nothing worse than predictability sometimes, especially when it's so consistent. And I can't wait to watch this finals matchup. I'm calling it right now. I got Phoenix in 6 games. But I feel like it's gonna be a blast, man. I feel like it's gonna be great, and I hope that this trend continues, where you don't know who's going to take home a championship. I think that's good for the league. I think that's great for the league, and I really just hope it continues. We love parody around these parts, baby. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. We out.